Hello and welcome to Carlbrook's softball field here at Dixie State University, where today the Trailblazers will take on Biola State University. This is the fifth game this week that the Trailblazers are playing. They played two doubleheaders against the APU Cougars earlier this week, winning 3 of the 4 games. Biola has a record of 28-8 overall in their season and is 11-5 in the Pac West. Dixie State is currently 25-3 in their overall season and sits at 11-3 in the Pac West. Starting the game out in the field for the Trailblazers, you have catcher number 12, Jessica Gonzalez. Pitching for the team is Cambry Hazel. First base, we have Corey Gahn. Second base, Caitlin DeLange. Shortstop, Bailey Gaffin. Third base, Danny Bartoff. And leading off for Biola is Jay Perez, the right fielder. First one's just a little outside, and that'll be a ball for Perez. Another ball. Counts now 2-0. Playing outfield for the Trailblazers, you have Brenna Hink out in left field, Janessa Bassett in center, and Kinsey Sawyer in right. Ball still a 2 outside. That's 3-0 for Perez. That is a strike. Counts now 3-1. Perez hits at a .384 batting average. She's had 99 at-bats this season with 38 hits and 22 RBIs. And Perez will make her way down to first base. That's the first walk of the game. Now batting for Biola is Kayla Neff, the catcher. She's a sophomore and bats at a .320 batting average. Umpire went over to talk to the Biola dugout, not sure why. Again, batting for Biola is Kayla Neff, the catcher. Biola currently has 1 runner on, number 3, Perez. She's at first. Keep your eye on her, see if she steals. Here's the pitch. And a hit. And Bailey Gaffin just barely misses it, and the runner is able to advance to second and the catcher to first. That was a good effort, though, by Bailey Gaffin. You can see there in the replay, she was just barely... But Brenna Hink was able to back her up and get that ball in quickly to keep the runners at first and second. Now batting for Biola is Ariana Ramos, and she fouls off the first pitch. Biola currently has runners at second and first, with no outs here in the top of the first inning. Another foul ball from number 10. One thing about baseball and softball is you need to always be careful of where you park at the games, as well as sit. Keep your eyes open for those foul balls that could come out at any moment. Another foul ball down the third baseline this time. Looks like Gonzalez is going out to talk to Camry Hazel. Again, batting for Biola currently is number 10, Ariana Ramos. And that ball hits the dirt before it even gets to the plate. That is a ball. The count is currently 1-2. And that is popped up. It looks like Corey Gahn has it, and she makes the catch in the infield. Infield pop fly. That is the first out of the inning here for the Trailblazers in the top of the first. You can see in the replay she pops it up way high. Corey Gahn's able to make her way, gets herself under the ball, and make that catch. Now batting for Biola is Selena Sherlin. And there are still runners at first and second. Another pop-up. Looks like Corey Gahn and Caitlin Delane makes the catch. She comes in over by first base to help Corey Gahn out. See, she gets right behind. She's a little too far forward, but is able to back up a bit to make sure she gets the catch. Now batting for Biola, number 22, Haley Boyette. First pitch is a strike. Counts now 0-1. We have 2 outs here in the top of the first with 2 runners on. Here's the windup in the pitch, and she fouls it off the back. Another foul off the back. And that's a ball. Gonzalez tries to make a throw to second base to try and get that runner out. Delane drops the ball, but the runner does not advance. We have 2 outs here in the top of the first with 2 runners on. Up to bat currently is Haley Boyette. Another foul off of the bat. They will hit foul balls all day to stay alive in the box so that they can find a pitch that they like and drive it out. Another foul right over the top of the bat. Sends it to the back net again. And that ball is in the dirt. That's another ball. Count is now 2-2. Boyette is in the batter's box with 2 outs in the inning, 2 runners on, and her count is 2-2. Lots of 2s going on here. Ooh, and she takes a pitch to the left elbow. And the runners will advance 1 base each. The bases are now loaded for Biola with number 23 stepping up to bat, Missy Pody. You can see she takes it hard on that left elbow. She tries to tuck in to avoid the ball, but still nicks around the elbow. She pops it up, and it looks like Caitlin DeLang is under it, and she makes the catch for the third out for the top of the first, keeping Biola scoreless. 3 runners left on for Biola.
For the Eagles in the top of the first, no runs on 1 hit, no errors in the inning, 3 runners left. Leading off for Dixie State, the center fielder, number 1, Cheetah Bassett.
Now batting for Dixie State to start off the lineup is Janessa Bassett, the center fielder. Bassett is a senior biology major from Tooele, Utah. Sorry, Stansbury Park, Utah. First pitch is low and outside. That is ball number 1 for Bassett. As you can hear, they chant Cheetah from the dugout. That is her nickname. She got it when I believe she was 8 years old. Someone called her Cheetah from the stands, and it's stuck ever since. And it proves right. She is pretty darn fast. She often steals bases pretty quickly and is able to do a slap bunt and get to first typically before the out is made. Another ball for Bassett. Counts now 2-1. Ball is low. That's 3-1 for Bassett. And that's a walk for Bassett. She will take first base. With 1 runner on, no outs here in the bottom of the first. Brenna Hink will step up to the plate. You can see it almost bounces off the back there into the catcher's mitt for that 4th ball. Again, batting for the Trailblazers now, number 22, left fielder Brenna Hink. If you watch the Dixie State University runners, they take large leads, and that aids them when they are attempting to steal bases. Brenna Hink currently hits at a batting average of .351. She has seen 57 at-bats this season and has scored 17 runs. And that is fouled off into the back net on the third base side. count is now 0-2 for Brenna Hink. Here's the windup and the pitch. And the ball is still outside. Brenna Hink is still behind in the count with 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Bassett runs and the ball is thrown over second base, but Bassett stays at second. See the replay here. Right as the pitch goes, she is booking it to second, slides in, and is safe. Tries to make her way to third, but realizes the ball was stopped by the center fielder. Silved back, Brenna Hink with Janessa Bassett on second base. The ball bounces off the plate for the third ball. The count is now full. Brenna Hink either needs to get a base hit, foul it off, or take a walk. And she hits it out to left field, and it is over the left fielder's head. Janessa Bassett is booking it all the way home, and that is the first run scored for Dixie State University here in the bottom of the first inning. Brenna Hink makes it all the way to second base. You can see on the replay here, she pulls it, puts it out in the left field, deep into left field.
Bringing to the plate, the shortstop, number 5,
And she's able to make it to second and score Janessa Bassett. Up to bat now is number 5, Bailey Gaffin, currently playing shortstop. Gaffin is a junior and currently hits at a .422 batting average. She has seen 83 at-bats this season and has scored 29 RBIs. And she hits it deep into right field. And she's able to make it to second, and Brenna Hink advances to third. Check it out here on the replay. There's a pitch. She just smacks it out deep into right field. Looks like the right fielder could have caught it, but doesn't. Oh, sorry. The right fielder did make that catch. Bailey Gaffin is out. That's the first out of the inning. But Brenna Hink was able to advance to third and now is in scoring position with Kenzie Sawyer up to bat. Sawyer fouls off the first pitch. Counts now 0-1. We have 1 out. The Trailblazers have 1 out with a runner on third. And that ball is outside. 1-1 for Kenzie Sawyer. And that ball is dead. It hits Kenzie Sawyer on the feet. She's able to take first base. And now runners are at third and first. You can see it'll just nick her in the shin there. And she's able to take a base. With only 1 out, 2 runners on, stepping up to the plate now is catcher number 12, Jessica Gonzalez.
The catcher, number 12, Jess Gonzalez.
Gonzalez puts out a bunt, but pulls back, and that is a ball. That's a strike against Gonzalez. Counts now 1-1. And that ball is outside. If you're unable to join us today in St. George, the weather is currently a little cloudy with it's currently 69 degrees. Today will be a high of 82. A beautiful day to play softball. And she hits it up high into the air. Looks like the left fielder's getting under it. Oh, and she drops it. Brenny Heath advances to first base, and Kenzie Sawyer is able to make it safely to second base. That's the second run scored for the Trailblazers here in the bottom of the first inning. See here on the replay, she pops it way up in the air out to left field, and the left fielder is under it, but it pops out of her glove right about there. Just pops right out as she was going to make the throw. Sawyer's now on second base, and Gonzalez is on first. Brenny Heath scored to bring the score now 2-0. Looks like the coach has called a team meeting out on the mound. Dixie State is also taking advantage of this timeout to talk to each other. With runners on second and first, now up to bat is the designated player, number 44, Riley Tedica. Tedica's a sophomore, hitting at a .363 batting average. She's seen 80 at-bats this season and has hit 23 RBIs. And that's a strike for the first pitch. Counts now 0-1. She pops it foul high over the audience on the right side. For Dixie State, there's only one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Riley Tedica is currently up to bat with runners on second and first. And the ball hits the dirt. That's a ball for Tedica. Count was now 1-2. She hits it high over into the foul territory on the right side.
Folks, just a reminder, today's game being broadcast live on CEC TDS Channel 22. Dixie State Athletics YouTube.
Here's the windup and the pitch. Oh, and it's inside. That's another ball for Tedica. Counts now 2-2. Ooh, and Tedica takes that on the inside of the bat, but fouls it off on the third base side. That ball almost hit her in the hands there, and she was able to whip around and make connection with it. Again, we have 2 runners on for the Trailblazers, 1 out, and they've scored 2 runs so far this inning. Ooh, and Tedica thought about that one, but it bounced off the plate and she was held. That's ball number 3 for Tedica. Count is now full. She either needs a base hit, ball 4, or continue to foul it off. Ooh, and she swings early. And that's the second out for the Trailblazers in this inning. Looks like the catcher also tried to get a third out there. And you see, she's a little ahead of that ball. Catcher makes a throw to try and get Kenzie Sawyer, who took a large lead. But Sawyer is able to make it back to second before the ball gets there. Now up to bat for the Trailblazers, number 17, first baseman Corey Gahn. And that first ball is a little low. Counts now 1-0. And that is a strike for Gahn. Count is now 1-1. We have runners on the second and first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Now today's games are expected to be pretty equal. These teams have similar winning and losing records. And she pops it up right to the pitcher. Pitcher makes the catch, and that's the third out here to end the bottom of the first inning. She hits it right up the top. Catcher gets right under it, makes an easy catch to end the inning. And we'll be back after the break to catch you up on the top of the second inning. Currently the Trailblazers lead Biola Eagles 2-0.
Will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait, why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
Welcome back to Carl Brooks Field here in sunny St. George at Dixie State University, where the Biola Eagles are visiting the Dixie State University Trailblazers. We are broadcasting live on CEC TV Channel 22 and also on YouTube Live through the Dixie State Athletics channel. The Trailblazers currently lead the Biola Eagles 2-0, and batting for the Eagles now is number excuse me. Currently batting is the shortstop, number 5. She pops it out. Brenna Hink gets under it to make the catch for the first out in the top of the second. Can see her on the replay. She takes that pitch. It's a little inside. She pops it out to left field. Brenna Hink runs in to make the catch. Now batting for Biola University is number 18, the left fielder, Haley Martinez. Looks like she might be a slap hitter. She's running out of the box like she is. We'll see if she does a slap here in the next few pitches. Alright, and that's a ball. Counts now 1-1 for Martinez. That's a little strike for Martinez. Counts now 1-2. Hazel currently ahead in the count. And that ball is high. 2-2 now for Martinez. And that's the first strikeout for Camry Hazel today. That'll make the second out here in the top of the second inning.
Second baseman number 7, Ruth.
You can see that batter was just a little behind the ball. Now batting for Biola is Ruth Munoz. First pitch is a strike. Counts now 0-1 for Munoz. First ball for Munoz, 1-1. Currently we have 2 outs for Biola with no runners on. Munoz up to bat. She fouls it off the back. That's another strike for her. Counts now 1-2. Munoz hits it out on the left side. Another foul ball. Count still 1-2 with Hazel ahead in the count here. Now Hazel is a freshman from up north, and this is her first season with the team. She is the starting pitcher currently and has stepped up to fill some big shoes. And that ball is in the dirt. Counts now 2-2. Again, hitting for Biola is Ruth Munoz. She is the second baseman and hits at a .272 batting average. That ball's high and outside. Coach Simpkins is calling a timeout to go talk to Hazel out on the mound. Looks like there was a possible pitching problem. Umpires coming to correct them. Now, something that you have to know about pitching here in softball is that the pitcher has to stay on the ground at all times. She has to have 1 foot on the ground at all times. And so sometimes when the pitchers throw, their feet do come off the ground, and that can be called as a dead ball. But typically the umpires correct unless it's a serious problem. And that ball is high and inside. Munoz will take a walk down to first base. With 1 runner on for Viola.
Number 3, Jay Perez.
We're back at the top of the lineup for Biola, where right fielder Jay Perez will start off. She's a sophomore with a .384 batting average, has hit 22 RBIs this season and 1 home run. She has a slugging average of .576. Now the runner at first base is taking a large lead. Gonzalez in the back is making sure that she stays there, popping up out of her stance as she catches the ball, checking that first base runner. Counts now 3-0 against Perez, with a runner at 1 and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. That's the first strike for Perez. Counts now 3-1. Perez currently ahead in the count. And she swings and misses. That's a second strike for Perez. Counts now 3-2 with 1 runner on and 2 outs here in the top of the second. And Perez swings and misses again. That's another strikeout for Hazel today. That gives us 3 outs to end the top of the second inning. Trailblazers still leading 2-0. You can see here on the replay, Perez just gets out a little bit behind the ball for that last strike. We'll be back after the break with more Trailblazer softball.
Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Leading off the third baseman, number 2, Danny Bartov.
Welcome back to here at Carl Brooks Field, where the Trailblazers are taking on the Biola University Eagles. Currently, the Trailblazers lead 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the second inning. And to lead off the inning, we have a third baseman, number 2, Danny Bartov. That ball is a little low and inside. Counts now 1-0 for Bartov. Bartov is a junior who hits at a .308 batting average. She's seen 65 at-bats this season and has hit 17 RBIs. Ball is still inside. That's the second ball here for Bartov. Here's the windup and the pitch, and Bartov fouls it off down towards the third base dugout. And she hits it to the second baseman. It bounces off the second baseman's glove, and Bartov is safe at first. See here in the replay, she takes advantage of that hit, pulls it on to the right side. Second baseman tries to get the ball, but it bounces right out of the glove. Now up to bat for the Trailblazers, number 4, second baseman Caitlin DeLang. DeLang is a junior, hitting at a .267 batting average with 12 RBIs this season. And the catcher threw it to first to try and get Bartov out. She overthrew the ball, missed the first baseman, and Bartov was able to advance to second on that pass ball. You gotta be careful of that in softball. You try to get someone out, but that ball misses. You have given the runner another base. You can see catcher makes the throw a little late. It bounces over Danny Bartov. Bartov gets up, runs to second to advance to another base. With Bartov now at second, DeLang is up to bat. No outs here in the bottom of the second. And she hits it, lands right in front of the left fielder, and DeLang is safe at third, or safe at first, and Bartov makes it to third. You can see it hits right over the infielders, but right before the left fielder doesn't make it quite fast enough to get Bartov out. Now we have runners on the third and first for the Trailblazers, with Bassett up to bat. We're now at the top of the lineup for the Trailblazers, with the Trailblazers leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second. She shows a bunt, but does not go. That is a ball for Bassett. Oh. Looks like they've possibly changed their mind, and it is a strike. And it will go up as a strike, not a ball for Bassett. Third base umpire says that she did show the bunt while the ball was crossing the plate. And Bassett hits it in the gap between the left and center fielder. Bartov scores, and DeLang is coming in and makes it safely to home. That's 2 runs scored for the Trailblazers here at Carl Brooks Field. Bassett hit it way in the gap between left and center to make that a... You can see there, she just smacks it in between those 2 fielders. They're booking it, but 2 runs were scored. That's 2 RBIs for Bassett, and that's a triple for her.
Triple by Janessa Bassett brings to the plate the left fielder, Brenna.
Now batting for Dixie State is the left fielder, number 22, Brenna Hink. And Bassett is on a third in scoring position. We have no outs here in the bottom of the second with Hink up to bat and 1 runner at third. Ooh, and the ball bounces off the dirt. That's ball number 1 for Hink. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it is high and outside. That's another ball for Hink. 2-0 in the count. Hink is a sophomore with a .351 batting average. She has seen 57 at-bats this season and has had 20 hits with 15 RBIs. And that's a strike for Hink. Counts now 2-1. Again, Bassett is at third. She scored brought in 2 runners previously and hit a triple to do so. That ball's still a little high and outside for the umpire. That is 3-1 now for Hink. Trailblazers have no outs with a runner on third. Hink up to bat. And she fouls it off back into the practice field. And that's ball number 4. For Hink, she takes a walk down to first base. Now up to bat for the Trailblazers is Bailey Gaffin, the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 5, Bailey Gaffin.
You can see in the replay it's just a little low. Pitcher needs to bring it up back into the square so she can get some strikes. Gaffin up to bat. Runners at third and first. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Ooh, first pitch is a strike. That pitcher did exactly when she needed to hit her spot. Another strike against Gaffin. Counts now 0-2 for Gaffin. Runners on third and first. No outs for the Trailblazers here in the bottom of the second. Oh, correction. There's 1 ball and 1 strike for Gaffin. Currently pitching for Biola. And Gaffin hits it up. Second baseman is able to snag that. Tries to throw it back to first to get Hink out, but Hink dives safely back to first. That's the first out here for the Trailblazers in the bottom of the second. You can see it's just hit, and the second baseman makes it, tries to get that momentum back over. Currently pitching for Biola is Terry Van Degens. That's a strike for Sawyer. Currently up to bat, Kenzie Sawyer, 0-0, right fielder for the Trailblazers. Bases, we still have runners at third and first with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Oh, and Hink steals second. That was a smart move by the Trailblazers. You can see here in the replay, catcher throws it, and the second baseman cuts it off to go over to third, and that allows Brennan Hink to get to second. Oh, and that ball bounces in the dirt. Bassett comes home, she slides, and she is safe. Oh, looks like that was just a walk, so the steal did not count. Bassett did make the attempt to score another run, but that was counted as a ball, and she goes back to third. Bases are now loaded with number 12, the catcher, Jessica Gonzalez, up to bat.
The catcher, Jess Gonzalez.
She fouls it off behind her on the first pitch. Comes back into the audience. Biola's catcher's going out to the mound to quickly talk to her pitcher. Gives the time for the umpire to grab some more softballs from the dugout. Now, if you do attend a game here at Carl Brooks Field, if you find a foul ball, please bring it back into the field so that we can keep those. They play with new softballs every game to keep it fair. So if you find a foul ball while you're over here, bring it back in to the first base dugout. Again, batting for the Trailblazers with bases loaded is Jess Gonzalez, number 12, the catcher. And she hits a foul ball. That one went way far out into the practice field. She straightens that out a little bit. It'll go way over the outfield fence. Counts now currently 1-2 for Gonzalez with bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Ooh, and that ball hits the dirt. That's a ball for Gonzalez. 2-2 now in the count. Again, pitching for Biola is Terry Van Degens. Ooh. That's a swing and a miss for Gonzalez. That's a second out here for the Trailblazers. She was just a little bit in front of that pitch. Looks like that pitch could have possibly been a changeup. We'll see it here on the replay. And it slows down a little bit, and Gonzalez is just 2 in front of it. Now hitting for the Trailblazers is the designated player, number 44, Riley Tedica. And she hits it, and it's foul. Just barely foul down the third baseline. Tedica will be back up to bat with bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Trailblazers currently lead Biola 4-0. Counts now 0-2 for Tedica with bases loaded. And Tedica fouls it off over the right side, right into the spectators over there. Be careful if you are watching here with us today. Those foul balls could be hit your way at any moment. Count still 0-2 for Tedica with bases loaded, 2 outs. Ooh, and it's a swing and a miss for Tedica. That makes the third out here in the bottom of the second. 3 runners left on. We'll come back after the break to keep you updated on this 4-0 lead the Trailblazers currently have. You can see Tedica was just out in front of it, and we'll be back after the break.
Likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There is a place where rocks bleed, and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents, and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Welcome back to Carl Brooks Field here on Saturday, March 31st, where the Trailblazers currently lead the Biola University Eagles 4-0. The Trailblazers have stayed consistent to scoring 2 runs in each inning. We're here at the top of the 3rd inning. Starting off is Kayla Neff. Neff is a sophomore at Biola. She currently hits with a .320 batting average and has seen 97 at-bats this season. And that ball is a little high. 1-1 now for Neff. Ball is still high. That's 2-1. Now, if you're joining us on YouTube Live, you can also catch the baseball game. Dixie State Baseball is currently playing the Hawaii Hilo Vulcans. Their game started at 12, and they have another game at 3 o'clock. Ball is popped up over to the first base dugout, and that is a foul ball. She hits it. Hazel makes the play. Almost didn't get it there. It was hit straight to Hazel. She kind of stuck her glove out there. It bounced off her glove into the dirt. You can see right here on the replay. Looks like she flinches a little bit and then realizes that she needs to get the ball to make that play. She tosses it over to first, and that's the first out here in the top of the 3rd.
The center fielder, number 10, Ariana Ramos.
Now batting for Biola is center fielder Ariana Ramos, and she, first pitch, hits it out over Bartoff's head to left field. Hink stops it and throws it in. Bartoff makes an attempt to jump up there, but it's just a little too shy of the ball, and Hink stops that. And that advances Ramos to first base. Now batting is Selena Sherlin for Biola. She pops it up. Jess Gonzalez gets under it and makes the catch. That's the second out here for Biola in the top of the 3rd. You can see she hits it straight up in the air, and it kind of makes its way a little forward, and Gonzalez is able to get under that ball.
Designated player, number 22, Haley Boyette.
That's a strike for Haley Boyette, currently batting for Biola. That's a foul off the back into the back net. Counts 0-2 currently for Boyette, with 2 outs already in the top of the 3rd. And she hits it up. Hazel gets right underneath it and makes the catch for the 3rd out here in the top of the 3rd. That's leaving Biola scoreless yet again in the 3rd inning. You can see it's just gently popped up. Hazel makes that simple catch. Currently, the Trailblazers lead 4-0 here against Biola University, and we will return after the break.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30.
4:30.
Sorry. Did I step on you? I'm always stepping on
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back to Carl Brooks Field here at Dixie State University, where the Biola Eagles are visiting the Dixie State University Trailblazers. Currently, the Trailblazers lead Biola 4-0 here in the bottom of the third. And to lead off the inning for the Trailblazers is first baseman number 17, Corey Gahn.
First baseman number 17, Corey Gahn.
And she hits it way out into left field, and it is gone. It is far over the fence. Gahn hits a home run, and her team will welcome her at the plate. That is Gahn's second home run of this season. Hitting it far over the left field fence. You can see she just nails it over the fence. For a single home run, bringing the score up to 5-1. Now up to bat for the Trailblazers is third baseman number 2, Danny Bartoff. Now Gahn hit that home run on her second pitch here in the bottom of the third with no outs. No runs yet scored. That was incredible. Still no outs, no runners on, with Bartoff at the plate. She fouls off that second pitch. That makes the count 0-2 for Bartoff. Ooh, and she fouls it off into the spectators, almost hitting some of the spectators on the left side. That's still 0-2 for Bartoff. Bartoff is a junior who hits with a .308 batting average. She's seen 65 at-bats this season and has scored 21 runs. She has hit 17 RBIs as well, with 0 home runs this season. Currently the leader of the Trailblazers with the home runs is Janessa Bassett, a senior, with 6 currently in this season. I believe 5 of them were hit in one weekend when they played here at the Dixie State Eason Classic. They played 6 or 7 games in one weekend. Ooh, that's a swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout for Van Dagens off for Biola. Now stepping up to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the third is Caitlin DeLange, the second baseman.
The second baseman number 4, Caitlin DeLange.
That is a strike for DeLange. Counts now 0-1. Another strike for DeLange. 0-2 now in the count. DeLange almost went for that one, but that is a ball. That's ball one for DeLange. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the third, no runners on. Oh, and that is another strike for DeLange. That's a strikeout right there. That's 2 outs now for the Trailblazers. You can see that ball is right down the middle. The catcher does bumble it, but tags DeLange out before she moves out of the box. Now up to bat. We're back at the top of the lineup for the Trailblazers with number 1, Janessa Bassett. First ball is a strike. That's 0-1 for Bassett. If you're just joining us, we're here at the Dixie State University on Carl Brooks Field, where the Trailblazers currently lead Biola 5-0. That's another strike for Bassett. Counts now 0-2 with 2 outs in the inning and no runners on. So far this inning, Corey Gahn has hit 1 home run, bringing in a single run to bring the score to 5. And Biola is still scoreless. Bassett takes advantage of that, and she is able to, she's unable to beat that out. That's the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Trailblazers. 1 run scored this inning by Corey Gahn, hitting the home run. You can see Bassett barely is able to catch onto that, but the second baseman is able to make it over to first before Bassett does. We'll be back after the break to bring you up to pace on the 4th inning.
1 run on 1 hit.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Where the Trailblazers currently lead the Biola University Eagles 5-0. Currently up to bat for Biola is number 3, the first baseman, Missy Potey. First ball is a strike from Hazel. She now leads the count 0-1. And Potey hits it deep into left field. She rounds first, headed for second, and she will stay there at second as Brenna Hink was able to quickly get that ball in. That's a double for Potey. With Potey now at second, stepping up to bat is Andy Hormel, the shortstop. You can see that ball was hit deep in the left. Hink was able to get it in quickly, but Potey was able to advance to second. That ball is high. That is 1-0 in the count. Here's the windup and the pitch. And Hormel hits it deep into the field, and Janessa Bassett makes the catch, throws it into second, trying to get the runner at second out. That was a beautiful catch out by Janessa Bassett. She booked it over there and ran into the fence practically. You can see it's hit deep into left or right center. Bassett is locked in that ball and makes the catch.
At the plate, number 19, Kaylee Chavez.
Now up to bat, number 19, Kaylee Chavez. And she bunts it, pops it up, and it's thrown into the dirt. And Biola makes their first score with number 23 coming in. Now that run was scored on an error. Hazel threw it over to DeLange, who was out first. You can see it pops up. Hazel makes her way over there, chucks it to DeLange, but it hits the dirt and pops right over. That's the first score for Biola this game. The score is now 5-1 with the Trailblazers leading by 4, and there is a runner at second. Now batting for Biola is number 7, Ruth Munoz. That's a strike right there. Counts now. Oh, sorry, that is a ball. Counts now 2-0 for Munoz. Now Munoz walked last inning. Let's see if that happens again. That's a strike from Hazel. Counts now 2-1. Ball's a little outside. Gonzalez throws it over to second. DeLange's able to make the catch. No one is out. That runner is safe at second. There's a little bit of hesitation for the throw. DeLange thankfully got over in time to catch that ball. A swing and a miss for Munoz. That makes the count 3-2. We've got a full count here. Can be won by the batter or the pitcher at any moment. And that's a strike 3. She struck out looking. That's one out, or the second out here in the top of the 4th inning with one runner on second. You can see she just looks right at it as it comes right down the middle. Now up to bat, we're back at the top of the lineup for Biola. Jay Perez, the right fielder. She hits it up into the air. Gaffin makes the catch for the 3rd out here in the top of the 4th. Can see here on the replay. She hits it straight up out towards shortstop. Gaffin turns and makes that catch with Bassett and Hink for a backup. We'll be back after the break with more on the Trailblazers lead, 5-1.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Back here to Carl Brooks Field, where the Trailblazers are taking on the Eagles. Currently up to bat is number 22, the left fielder, Brenna Hink. On the first pitch, she fouls it out way behind the concession stand. The Trailblazers currently lead the Biola Eagles 5-1. Last inning, the Biola Eagles were able to score. She bunts it, and she is safe at first. Hink has quick legs, is able to run right down the first base with no problem on that bunt. You can see here she puts the bunt out pretty late, but she pops it right in between all of those players and is safe at first. With one runner on, now up to the plate is number 5, the shortstop, Bailey Gaffin. Looks like Biola's calling a timeout. Now, a fact about Biola is their coach has been coaching this team for 9 years. Her name is Lori Coleman. Her assistant coaches are Morgan Faccini, Nikki Udria, and Casey Hormel. If you're not sure where Biola University is located, they are located in La Mirada, California. And again, their head coach is Lori Coleman, who's been coaching the team for 9 years now. Biola's record is currently 11-3 in the Pac West, and overall, 11-5 in the Pac West, and overall 28 wins and 8 losses in their complete season. Again, up to bat for the Trailblazers is number 5, Bailey Gaffin. And she pops it way deep out into right field. And it is gone. That's a 2-run homer for Bailey Gaffin, bringing in Hink and herself. That will bring the score up 7-1. Now this is Gaffin's 3rd home run of the season. You can see she hits it deep over the right field fence.
2-run home run by Bailey Gaffin, 3rd on the season.
Now, if you notice here in the replay, when Bailey Gaffin hits the plate, they all do a team dab. Just something, a little bit of tradition here with the Dixie State softball team. Now up to bat is number 00, Kenzie Sawyer. She pops it up deep into right field, and the right fielder makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Now up to bat for the Trailblazers is catcher number 12, Jessica Gonzalez. First pitch is a strike. Counts now 0-1 for Gonzalez. If you're not here with us in St. George today, the weather is currently a little cloudy with a hot sun coming down on us, and it's currently 73 degrees. That pitch was a little low. That's a ball. Counts now 1-1 for Gonzalez. Ooh, and it looks like Gonzalez wanted to take a swing there, but she held back, and that pitch was a ball. Counts now 2-1 for Gonzalez with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Another ball for Gonzalez. Counts now 3-1. Now Gonzalez is also a heavy hitter here on the Trailblazers. Most of the team they all have big bats and can pull them out in a matter of moments when their team needs it. Gonzalez has hit 5 home runs this season, and with the 4th ball, she'll take a walk down to first base. You can see it's just a little low. It even bounces just behind the plate for that last ball. Coming into the game, now hitting, is number 14, Cassidy Morton.
Running for Dixie State, number 15, Emma Sweet.
Running for Jess Gonzalez on first base is number 15, Emma Sweet, a freshman.
14, Cassidy Morton.
Now Cassidy Morton is a third baseman and a shortstop. She's a junior from Diamond Bar, California. Counts now 1-0. Now Morton hits a .33 batting average. She's seen 36 at-bats this season and has had 11 RBIs. Ooh, swing and a miss from Morton. That's the first strike for her. Counts now 1-1. With Morton up at the plate, we have 1 runner on at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Trailblazers currently leading Biola 7-1. She pops it up into foul territory over the first base dugout. Counts now 1-2 for Morton. Now running for Jess Gonzalez over at first is Emma Sweet. She is a freshman also plays second base and shortstop. She's from Walla Walla, Washington. That looked like a changeup. That was just a little too low from Van Degens. That's 2-2 for Morton. That's a swing and a miss from Morton. That was a drop. The catcher did drop that, but since there's a runner at first, drop third does not count. You can see here in the replay, Morton swings just a little bit behind it and is going pretty low for that. Now up to bat, Corey Gahn, our first baseman. She hit a home run last inning to score the single run of that inning. Gahn has now hit 2 home runs this season. That was a strike. Counts now 1-1 for Gahn. Now the way the Biola catcher gives her pitcher the sign, I've not seen that one. Oh, Gahn hits it deep in the gap, and the center fielder is unable to catch it. Sweet is coming around to score another run for Dixie State. Dixie State now leads Biola by 7 runs with that double from Corey Gahn.
RBI double by Corey Gahn.
You can see she hits it deep over into left. A center fielder almost gets a hold of it, but is unable to make the catch, leaving Dixie State the opportunity to score another run. Now up to bat for Dixie State, number 2, the third baseman, Danny Bartoff. And running for Corey Gahn is number 10, Taylor Godfrey.
Dixie State, number 10, Taylor Godfrey.
A little bit about Taylor Godfrey, who's now running for Gahn. She's a junior outfielder from Buckeye, Arizona. Godfrey hits at a .379 batting average, has seen 29 at-bats this season, has scored 11 runs and 9 RBIs. Bartoff, who is currently at the plate, has bats with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 runner on second. Bartoff is a junior third baseman from Gilbert, Arizona. That pitch is low and inside. That is 1-0 for Danny Bartoff. If you listen from the dugout, they call her Dirty Dan, and rightfully so. She often is in the dirt, either catching a ball or sliding into a base. If you watch her hands as she grips the bat, they are very orange. She likes to pick up the dirt. A lot of softball players do. They pick up dirt to give themselves a little more traction in their hands. She pops it up, and it's right over the shortstop, and Godfrey comes in, makes it safely to home, scoring another run, and Bartoff is at second base. You can see Bartoff hits it just over the shortstop's head, and that gives Dixie State the opportunity to score another run, now leading Biola by 8 runs. Bartoff basically switched places with Godfrey. That was a double RBI.
The second baseman, number 4, Caitlin Delane.
Now batting for Dixie State, the second baseman, number 4, Caitlin Delane. She bats with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with Danny Bartoff on second. First pitch is a strike. Counts now 0-1 for Delane. Ooh, and Delane is way out in front of that pitch. That's a first strike for her here in the bottom of the 4th. The second strike for her. It's 0-2 now for Delane. Oh, she barely gets a hold of that ball, hits it straight to the third baseman, and the third baseman makes that catch for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. With 4 runs scored here in the bottom of the 4th, the Trailblazers currently lead the Biola State Eagles 9-1. And we will be back after the break for the 5th inning.
And grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Sawyer. Get right number 10, Taylor Godfrey.
Welcome back here at Carl Brooks Field at Dixie State University, where the Biola Eagles are visiting the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers currently lead 9-1. Now playing at first base for the Trailblazers is 00 Kenzie Sawyer, and in right field is number 10 Taylor Godfrey.
Leading out number 35, Kayla Neff.
Leading off for Biola in the top of the fifth is number 35, the catcher Kayla Neff. Count's currently 1-1 for her. You take a look at the dugout over there. Biola's dugout, they currently have rally caps on. That's a ball for Neff. Counts now 2-1. Now the symbol of a rally cap is basically an upside down hat or an inside out. Essentially means that this team's ready to make a comeback. Now Neff pops it up, and Bartov is unable to make the catch, but the ball is in foul territory, so Neff will come back to the plate for another chance to bat. Now Neff is a sophomore batting with a batting average of .320. She has seen 97 at-bats this season and has scored 19 runs. She pops it up into the air. Gaffin calls everyone off and makes the catch behind third base. That's the first out here in the top of the fifth inning. Now batting for Biola is number 10, the center fielder, Ariana Ramos. Ariana is a junior with a batting average of .392. She has seen 120 at-bats, and she hits it right to Bailey Gaffin, who attempts to make the catch, but bounces out of her glove, and Brenna Hink is there as a backup. That's a single for Ramos. Now up to bat for Biola's number 43, the third baseman, Selena Sherlin. That's a strike for Sherlin. Counts now 0-1 with a runner at first, one out here in the top of the fifth inning. Trailblazers currently lead Biola 9-1 here in the first game of the doubleheader. Ooh, and she barely makes contact with that, fouling it off towards the first base dugout. That's a strike for her. Counts now 0-2. See, she wanted to hit that ball, but was a little too late, but still made contact with it. And she struck out looking. That's another strikeout for Hazel today. That's 2 outs now here in the top of the fifth inning with one runner on. Now batting for Biola is the designated player number 22, Haley Boyette. She hits the ball straight to DeLange. DeLange makes the throw over to first, and that's 3 outs here in the top of the fifth. What a quick half of the inning. Trailblazers still lead, currently 9-1. You can see it's hit straight to DeLange. She easily makes that ground ball and just chucks it over to Kenzie Sawyer for the out. We'll be back after the break for the bottom half of the fifth inning, where the Trailblazers are up to bat once more.
Dixie State 9, Biola 1. We'll begin game 2 in approximately 30 minutes. Your attention, please.